Good morning and welcome back to some HTML programming. It's butt-ass early in the morning. Don't let this clock on my computer fool you because it's not correct. Decided to get up a little bit early to knock out some HTML before I had to roll out and get my stuff done for the day. You can probably tell because I have a morning voice. You know that voice that you get first thing in the morning when you wake up and you sound like this. But anyways, today I want to do some more formatting in Lesson 5. Today's going to be short, sweet, and simple. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to learn how to create bulleted and numbered lists. So that's what's on the agenda today. So far we've learned quite a bit, and we'll probably go for a recap maybe when it comes to page formatting, which is going to be our next series. So open up context, and let's create our, actually no, we have a skeleton program already, don't we? Let's go to open. And we'll open up our start image. So we have our skeleton program. We don't have to type this again. Next, what I want to do is, I have some new updates ready. Go away. Inside the body tag, let's try to make this lesson short and sweet. Inside the body tags, what I want to do is create a little bit of space and show you guys first how to make a bulleted list. You'll guys see what I'm talking about here in a second. What I need to do is segment a section of code here to say this area is going to be bulleted, and then I'm going to have it listed. So if you do this, UL open tag, and then close it, drop down, give it 3 spaces, that way it's nice and pretty looking. Then we'll do a list tag, and then we have to close the list tag. And in between here, I'm going to have element 1. And then continuing down, list tag, element 2, we'll do one more, and then close the list tag. And then li, element 3, and then close it off. Oops, li. And then what I have to do to tell the browser that, okay, everything after this will not be bulleted, I close off my ul tag. So let's save this as lesson 5. So we got to do file, and we got to do save as, and then I already have a lesson 5, but I'm going to save over that. Lesson 5. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Minimize this. Open up this. My webs, and let me erase these. This is something I was fooling with on the side. All gone. Opening up lesson5.htm. As you can see, they're nice and bulleted. Now to check out the indentation, if I come up here and I type, these are my elements, and let's make that bold, whoops, bold and underlined. Of course we gotta close it off, right? And the reason I'm closing it off in reverse order is I just want to keep nailing it into your heads that it doesn't matter when you close them off. These are my elements, element 1, 2, and 3. So that's pretty cool. A nice, pretty little list here. Now let's say if you were taking notes, or taking notes for a class, or maybe if you were like writing a web page where you're doing maybe an online tutorial, and you wanted inside of your elements to have an explanation. You know how you have like a double bullet where like this one is actually over here, and then it describes what element 1's all about? Let's go ahead and do that. If we open context back up, what I'm going to have to do is right after element 1, let's create a space here. So I'm going to knock it down. I'm going to do 3 spaces only because this is the way I like to do things. It makes it easier to read. We're going to create another UL tag, and then we're going to close another UL tag, and then we're going to have a list item in between these tags. So what I'm going to do is come to the end here. Whoops, my spacing's all messed up. And let's do a listed item. This is what my element is all about. Exclamation point. End the list. Okay, you guys understand what we did here. Basically all that we did was I added another, this is all the code that I just added. I added a UL tag, which is what we have here and what we have here. And this is going to set aside another section where we're going to have another indented bullet. So it's going to be double indented because this one's indented once. So once it reads the first element in, or I'm sorry, the first list item, and then it bullets that, this is going to be indented again. And then once it comes here, it's saying go back to the original indentation, which is what this had. So let's save it, and let's view the output. So we have double indentation. Pretty cool, huh? Now, in the event you want to make this a little bit prettier, you want to format it a little bit, you might want to make this text a little bigger and then this text a little smaller. So let's give each one of these elements a second one of these monkeys, and then we'll mess with that, and then we'll talk about numbered things. So I'm actually going to copy this, and then right after element 2, press enter, and let's paste it. Actually, I'm going to do a edit to undo. I'm going to go all the way to the edge of my screen to the left and then paste it. That way it's nice and beautiful. Press enter, press home to get to the end of the screen. Alright, so what we added was, we added this after element 3. We added this after element 2, and we added this after element 1. Save it out, and let's refresh it. Cool. So each one of these has another element. Let me take a sip of my Starbucks coffee. Hold on one second. Oh, God, it's like heaven. So why don't we try to make this a little bit prettier real quick. Instead of having bold and underlined, I'm going to erase that. I'm going to erase that. Let's do an H2 tag for a heading. Now you're finally seeing where this stuff comes into play. And we got our UL. Here's our element 1. Why don't we do a font, and then we'll do a size equals 4. Close that. And at the end of this, we'll do a /font. And basically now we're just taking everything that we learned previously and formatting what we just learned with it. And let's go to the next list item. I'm going to paste that there. And let's go down to the next list item, and I'm going to paste that there. As a matter of fact, what I'm actually going to do right now is I'm going to put a couple of spaces in between them, because I mean, I understand what's going on here, but I mean, really, it's not about me, it's about you. I want to make sure that you guys understand that this is on its own. This is on its own, right here, and this is on its own. And then this stuff is the other indented bullet. Okay, so we got element 1, and then right here we need to close off this font tag, and then we got to close off the font tag for the other one, which is down here. And let's save this out, and let's view it, refresh. So our elements are nice and big, and this is nice. So I'm going to actually mess with this real quick, make this size 1, and then we're going to move on to numbered bullets, and then we can get out of here for the day. Copy this. I'm going to paste that there, but I'm going to change this to size 1 so it's nice and small. I'm going to erase my little E that I accidentally copied. Copy. Paste. Paste. I see the problem we're running into. I'm bringing everything back. The problem we're running into is you guys can't see the screen. So let's bring it back, bring everything back up. You can do it however you want in your proggies, but mine, I'm going to try to make this as easy for the novice as possible. Now we're going to close the font tag, so let's copy this one. And all of our other ones, we're going to close the font. Close the font. Save it. And view it. So we got a nice big, this is element 1, and then this talks about, this is my stuff. Cool. So this is the code. Take a look at it. Code it a few times. You know, do a print screen, whatever you got to do to grab this code, print it out, view it, read it on your spare time. Very, very simple. Let me take another swig. Alright. Now I shall delete everything here. All gone. So now we're starting back at the skeleton froggy. So now I want to do a numbered list, or I believe what they call an ordered list. So in order to do this, what I got to do is I got to open an OL tag, come down, and then close an OL tag. So I got open OL, close OL, and in between here, you got it, space 3 times, we're having lists again. So in between these items, in between these 3 items is going to be our numbered list. Let's save this code out and see what it does. Just does 1, 2, 3. Cool. So now again we'll do element 1, element 2, and let's get another one. Element tree. Save her out, open her up, give her a swig. Cool. Question. Well, first of all, I don't want to go over formatting with this because you guys get the point. You guys understand this. But let me ask you a question. Do you think we can combine the two? Absolutely. We can absolutely combine the two. I'm going to erase everything I just did here. Because you understand the ordered list, it's exactly the same as the bulleted list, okay? The only thing different is, if I change this to UL instead of OL, now I'm going to have a bulleted list. Save. That's all that it takes to change it. Okay? So I'm going to erase this bad boy. Write a program with my can't talk today. This will be the last thing I do, and then the lesson will be over. I'm going to write a program that has my 3 favorite foods and the reasons I like them. And I'm going to combine these 2 lists together. So I'm going to start an H1 tag that says my 3, and if my spelling is wrong, I don't care. Favorite. I think that's right. I'll tell you what, just so I can be safe, I'll do my 3 fave foods. And then we'll close off our H1 tag. Okay, so now we got my 3 favorite foods. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to do an H3 tag. And I'm going to say, and the 3 reasons I like them. Close off H3. So now we're going to start our list. I'm going to come down. So we have our 2 headings. Let's start a UL. So this is going to be our main list. I'm going to slide back up here and then space over 3 times. Create a list. See here. Pizza. Tacos? I don't know. That works. LI. And chicken. I am definitely not a vegetarian. I like myself some meat. Cool. So here's our list. Let's save it out and check it out. Save. And awesome. We have a little bit of a font issue here, and that is because I never actually closed off my tag properly. So let me fix that. Save it. Okay. Perfect. So now in between here we want to have a numbered list that goes up to 3 between all of them. Another swig of coffee. Hold on one second. Oh man, that is like heaven. So check this out. I'm going to come to the end of pizza and I'm going to press enter. And then I'm going to do, you guessed it, an OL. Look at that. Yes, you can do that. Isn't that cool? I'm going to space over 3 at the end there just because I want to make it look pretty. And I'm going to create a skeleton here so I can just copy and paste this in between all my other ones. So let's make sure this works. Save. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh. I gotta close OL. /OL. Did you guys get that? Save it. I didn't close my tag, which is why I screwed everything up. So awesome. Look at that. Everything is perfect. Perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better. And I believe, well, here. This is what I'd added. So now, let's copy this. Right click. Let's copy. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to fill it out because I'm just going to use the same attributes for all of them. I like pizza because it's yummy. Because it's hot and because it's good. I know, right? I'm a second grader. Let me copy this. End of tacos. Paste it. End of chicken. Paste it. So you see my code. All I did was I pasted this after my favorite foods. Pretty simplistic here, guys. Pretty simplistic. So let me save it. Here's the list. There's the code for the ordered list. Refresh it. Pizza. It's yummy, it's hot, and it's good. Tacos. Look at that. Is that it or what? Now let's do something real quick. Pizza. I want it to be big. Font. Size. Actually, I want the headings to all be font face. I want them to be Arial. I want the size to equal 5. And I want the color to equal blue. And this is for all the headings. Copy. Go to tacos, paste it, go down to chicken, paste it. Now at the end we gotta close it, because that's important. You guys know how important that is. Copy, paste, paste, save it. Yeah! Beautiful! Ladies and gentlemen, we just went through a really kick-ass lesson in not too much time. Today in Lesson 5 we learned a little bit more about formatting. So, I mean, we're coming along pretty well. You know, our lessons have gone pretty well. I'm very happy with the content we're covering. The pace that we're covering it, I think it's going very well. Very well. I don't even know how much video content we have, but it's not much. I mean, hell, it would be a lot slower if you actually sat there and read a book on this stuff. Okay, so concluding here, I believe this will be the end. If not, maybe I have one more lesson on page formatting. We'll see in Lesson 6. Go through this, code it a million times, and I will see you guys later. Have a good one.